want to get my fireplace on. Only have a few more days here. Kind of sad about that, honestly. I mean, a little sad about that. I think I go back and forth. Uh, Hopeful and excited about what awaits ahead, but also a little bit kind of sad about tearing apart whatever I built here. And maybe what I built are just things like I haven't put together, I don't have any big relationships or girlfriends or people I hang out with all the time. So maybe I'm not gonna, but even selling the stuff, and maybe that says something. Maybe I've relied on the stuff over the last year. Good morning, Fred Hinkle. Good morning, 55. Good morning, Malachi Muriel. I don't know how to say your name. Rebecca and Malachi again. Hey, what's going on here? My fireplace is frozen. I don't like that. You know I don't want my fireplace frozen. Kind of an irony if a fireplace freezes. You know what I mean? Whoa. It's a very red, demonic looking fireplace. I don't like the way that feels. It doesn't make me feel safe and happy. Oh, that's nice. I think that's nice. Although the logs look too big. I know you guys can't see it, but how you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Good morning, Mr. Personality. Good morning, Jack Taylor. Let's see. Let me see. So what else do I have for you today? I don't know what I have for you today. But I guess I want to drink my coffee, so you're here. My coffee is here, and we might as well get started. You been okay, Rebecca? What's the matter, Rebecca? How do you guys feel about that? Rebecca just said she's been okay. When you ask somebody how they're doing and they say, okay, do you ever wonder about that, or do you guys just take okay and not dive in any deeper? If somebody tells you they're doing okay, does that mean they're doing fine in your mind and you'll just leave it at that? Or do you really wonder? I usually wonder, what's the matter? You'd ask them how they're really doing if you have time to listen. Okay, Rebecca said she had a lot of family issues, she guesses. So as we're saying, okay isn't that good. It's a response when you have a lot of stuff going on besides that somebody makes. Okay, Rebecca, you're going to be our little guinea pig. Are you okay with that? How do you like me digging deeper? When you say okay, is that and I'm not saying specifically you, is that a cry for somebody to ask you more so you can talk about some things? Or if somebody tells me okay as I walk along in life, should I dig deeper, or should I just not care? My head's not really the same size as the lamp. Well, we don't need to dig deeper. I mean, you said you don't know. Okay, well, if you don't know, yeah, no, I'm not asking you for content for my show. Yeah, I'm not asking you for content for my show. So if you don't care, I don't care. I don't need to find out what family issues you have or what's going on. So I'll just leave it at that. If you are giving off low or negative or down energy, some people will match your energy. I don't think that's ever really true. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. Somebody wants me to answer their question. Well, you've asked a question. You've invaded my personal stuff like 6 times in like 2 minutes. How are my feelings on energy? I mean, I don't really have any feelings on energy. I might have thoughts, but I certainly don't have feelings on energy. I don't tie my emotional status really to energy at all, but I do have thoughts. I do have thoughts. I think we probably have plenty of coal, plenty of oil, infinite solar and wind potential, and nuclear energy is probably the I think we got more energy than we know what to do with in the world. What is my caffeine regimen? I don't really have a caffeine regimen. I go live every morning. I talk to you guys for a little while. I generally am drinking coffee during that time. But I wouldn't call it a caffeine regimen like I take 2 tablets a day for, an allotted amount. I don't really think that much about it, do you? Do you guys have a caffeine regimen? You do coffee at wake up, tea mid morning. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I do coffee at wake up, but I really wouldn't call it a regimen. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't call it a regiment. I mean, I guess I've never thought about it that much. But I mean, if you watch my show at all, you see me drinking my coffee every morning. But I wouldn't call it a regimen. I don't even have a fitness regimen. I try and go to the gym as often as I can. I'm not that like tightly scheduled or disciplined. About a year ago, I tried to be, because I think I needed something to focus on. And I think I needed something to focus on and to dig deep into creating a schedule. I think a lot of people do that. Okay, I think I'm drinking out of a cup. This cup says, and you might not be able to see it because it's probably backwards, says, addicted to God. And I met with a woman yesterday that gave it to me, and she gave me some other things, and she was real nice. I met her at church a couple months ago. She heard I was leaving, so got me a little gift package of some things. Um, I think she'd tell you she's pouring herself into the Bible, into her spirituality. I mean, she's going to do a podcast and call it Addicted to God. And I think and I think you can do it with the gym as well. I think the human mind might need something to distract it from quiet, perhaps. And she's choosing to pour all her active mindedness into the Bible, into Bible study, into going to church, into meeting people and discussing spirituality, which is certainly more healthy than doing drugs or alcohol. But it made me think of it because I was talking about it a year ago when somebody sent me a scheduler. And I started doing it. Actually, what I really liked, I never really liked the scheduler, by the way. I didn't even ask. Some guy sent me a scheduler. I didn't ask for it. I was using just a notebook and writing down the times I'd be doing things. And I kind of like that. Yeah. You like a flexible schedule. You focus on tasks rather than time. Well, Steve, that's interesting because the last few days I've been writing down my to-do list. And I think that's what you're saying. And nailing off the things that are on the to-do list, whether they be go to the gym, do my Coffee with Ken show, pay taxes, pack up something, go to work, what have you, do laundry, but not necessarily putting a time attachment to it. I think for a while I felt very I think it just felt very focused. And maybe focused is a good way to feel if you're trying to distract your mind. There were a couple times during the night I woke up and I felt like I needed to distract my mind. I was feeling, I don't know, my candle's hidden all the way back here. I don't know, you guys haven't commented, but my things are packed up around me. Oh my, I missed a million comments. I didn't miss a million comments, but I sure missed a bunch. Let's see, hold on, somebody said something about Jesus. Good morning, Jess. Hello, Alex. Hello, Rebecca. Studying the Bible helps avoid pitfalls in life. Is it because it's the Bible? Or is it because it's studying? I'm just kind of curious. Kind of focus, again, just kind of putting her brain to work on something. Sometimes it works for me. It helps motivate you. What's up? Hello, Sarah Elizabeth. How about the Packers? Is anyone having trouble quitting smoking? Are you talking smoking cigarettes? Jack Taylor, was it a friendly meetup? Well, I mean, I'm leaving in 3 days. I'm leaving in 3 days. I found her attractive and interesting. But it's not going to go past that coffee meetup. She was a nice looking woman, though. I don't know if I can sit here like this. You guys don't want me sitting here like this, do you? Oh, I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you don't even care that the sun's shining in my face. My coffee table is gone. My 5x8 rug is gone. Okay, hold on. We didn't make it to glorious today. We'll just have to try harder. Well, I mean, we're glorious. Hold on. How do you make a smoker quit smoking? Well, first of all, are you the one that wants to quit smoking? Are you the one that wants to quit smoking, person? I mean, you can't make somebody quit smoking. You are a smoker and you want to quit smoking? Is that true? I am shining. You are addicted to smoking. I'll tell you what, smoking's a demon. And I only did it for a year and a half. Do you want to know how I quit? I talked about it before. Again, if you're a smoker, you probably did it more and are more entrenched, but it worked for me. If I could even slightly help you quit smoking, I think that'd be great. You vape, you'd love to quit as well. Yeah, I bet you if you vape, you don't even get any good feelings from it, whatever good feelings you get. Yeah, smoking's, I think smoking's an unspoken about demon because not many people do it anymore. I'm going to move out of here because I can't sit like this. The audience might be glorious. The audience is glorious. But I think we all know there's just no way I can sit slightly hunched over and carry this conversation on with you. I don't know. I've been a waiter so many times. I should be able to carry a bunch of things. When I realized that you had caffeine sensitivity, I tried to use nicotine as a stimulant, but it not like the irritability that it came with. Okay, hold on. I'm going to tell you how I quit. But first, we're going to move over here. Look at my sad little home. Look at my sad little home, Jack Taylor. I mean, it's still got the lamp. It's still got the futon. It's got no plants. It's missing my coffee table. Even my Monstera that was over there is gone. I will tell you what. If you don't think you can sell plants, I'd have had no idea how much people like plants. I was listing things on Facebook Marketplace this week, and I was really trying to give away the plants. That's what I thought would happen, so I didn't have to throw them away because I felt like, I don't know, kind of connected to them. And I listed the Monstera for like $10. I got so many people asking to come and grab it, saying, sold, I'll take it, this and that. I can be there at 5, I can be there at 4, I can be there at 3. So if you are moving and are wondering, can you sell plants online? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Somebody said I could have gotten 70 for the Monstera. I don't know about that. I think I only paid. I mean, I don't think I paid more than, there's no way I paid more than $25 for it. You're saying the Monstera was worth much more than that? I didn't pay much more than that. I wanted it to go to a good home. I wanted it to go to a good home where they loved it. I couldn't bring it with. I asked the person, will they love it? They said, oh yes. I have 170 plants in my house, she said. I went, wow. Yeah. Well, it grew. It wasn't real hard for it to grow. Oh, how did I quit smoking? Are you the still there, smoker person? I vowed to never buy cigarettes again. Now, hear me out. I didn't say I would never smoke cigarettes again. I said I'd never buy them. I think when I was hooked on smoking, and I was only 2/3 of a pack a day type smoker. Probably smoked, I don't know, 10 or whatever cigarettes a day. But I vowed to never buy them again because the thought of never smoking again was more than my brain could handle. I couldn't conceptualize, because I liked it so much, never smoking a cigarette again. So I said I'd never buy. And since then, and this was 8 years ago probably now, maybe 10 years ago now, I may have smoked a pack of cigarettes, but I've never bought any. And you can still bum cigarettes if you're hanging out with friends. You can still go out and have a smoke or whatever. But I think you'll find the distance between your smoke starts growing quickly, and suddenly the urge to smoke does start fading. But for me, I could not put my head around never smoking cigarettes again. So I quit. I say I quit. I smoked a cigarette about 8 months ago. Didn't really like the way it made me feel. So Rebecca, are you a smoker? Maybe you are. Is that guy still there? Let's see. I can't give up wine. Okay. But wine is my vice. Well, Joe, it doesn't sound like you want to give up wine. Right? You tried that, but then went into a panic. What did you try? Jess says they're a smoker. Did you vow to never buy alcohol again? No, I never did that. I didn't want to. I think the difference is I kind of wanted to. I was probably more hooked. I mean, I don't know if I was more hooked. I was on cigarettes, but again, I remember I was living in Four Lakes in Lisle, and I'd go out on my balcony and I'd get some coffee and I'd smoke a cigarette there. And it's really gross. Maybe with cigarettes, I didn't necessarily want to quit, but I knew it was horrible for me. So I had to figure out a way. Jess says lots of people smoke here. It's hard to get away from. Well, Jess, what should be easy for you is then you can just say you won't buy cigarettes anymore. And you can always bum one. Cigarettes for 8 months ain't too bad. I smoked for about 1.5 years. Yeah, you started in your 30s, a big mistake. Yeah, no, I started smoking probably 2012, so I was probably 43 or something like that. Hey, somebody gave up drinking 67 days ago. Way to go. It's no good for me. My weakness is Fireball. The devil is on the bottle for a reason. Wasted too many years of my life growing up. Way to go. Congratulations to you. Who said that? Let's give him a name. Mr. Personality, congratulations to you. Do I believe in Christianity? Of course I believe in Christianity. I mean, I believe in Catholicism, Judaism, and Islam. I mean, I know they exist. Are you asking if I am a Christian? I wouldn't say I am. It's weird. Not only did I meet with the woman who is addicted to God, she gave me another little baby Jesus, by the way. I opened up her gifts. I was at the coffee shop, and I go, oh, I love the cup. And there's a bag of coffee there, and a card and a little book. It was very sweet, very thoughtful what she did. But I didn't notice there was another little baby Jesus. It wasn't a baby Jesus. There was another little Jesus in the bag, and I didn't notice till now. Hold on, here, let me show you. You see that? I've got two little Jesuses right there. Isn't that the sweetest thing? But anyway, you guys know I'm selling my furniture. So I had a guy, by the way, guy that kind of communicated with me too long during the day. Somebody said, why don't I believe in Islam? I said I did believe in them. I believe in them all. I understand that they all exist. I had a guy picking up my coffee table last night. And did I sell the couch? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Let me tell my story. It's not even that great of a story. But the guy came by. He had it doesn't matter what type of car he had, although I didn't think it could fit my coffee table. And I could see him parked outside through my window in the parking lot. But either way, he came in, he grabbed the coffee table. We were chatting a little bit. He was shake my hand, was heading out and said, God bless you if you believe in that, or said something along those lines. And I go, oh yeah, I am blessed. I have a Bible here. I have a little daily spiritual book as well. I even have an Addicted to God cup. But then he started talking to me about Christianity and asking me if I had been saved and if I accepted Jesus Christ as my Savior. And I said with all honesty, no. And with all chirpiness. I think it probably confuses the heck out of them because they probably get two responses. One, oh yeah, or B, somebody kind of angry. But I kind of answered with openness, no, I don't really believe all that. But I do read the Bible, I do go to a Christian church, and I pray every day. And I think that was opening up probably more conversation than we needed at this time, because I was standing, he was holding my coffee table, and he wasn't going to let it end there. I would have said, all right, see you later. So I heard his Christian story and what brought him to accepting Jesus Christ as his Savior. And I'm totally cool with his story and his experience and how it makes him feel good. He was talking about letting Jesus into his heart. I've got something in my heart. Bouncing around, singing beautiful songs. But I don't feel I'm a Christian. Oh, got these boxes over here. What am I going to do with these boxes? I'm going to put stuff in them. Going to miss the apartment. You wait tables, you get those too. What, the little baby Jesuses? Do people give those to waiters? Is that a thing? They're not baby Jesuses. It's almost impossible for me to not call them baby Jesuses because they're so small. But it's really a different thing altogether. Good morning, Mike Anderson. How's that? And I apologize for mispronouncing your name. How's your wrist doing, Mike? Hello, Gordo Tex. How are you? How y'all doing? I'm not that familiar with Gordo Tex. I think I've seen his name come up a couple times. I've seen his name come up a couple times. But I don't really remember anything about Gordo Tex. I had a friend when I was in Yellowstone named Gordon. And when I see your name, it reminds me of my buddy named Gordon, who was a photographer who left Yellowstone, went and waited tables in, what's the hot area in California that's below sea level? In the middle of the desert. Didn't sound as pretty. Somebody help me. Oh, it's Mike and Sandra D? Mike, that totally blows my mind. Death Valley. Okay, you're right, it was Death Valley. He went and worked in Death Valley the following season. And then he ended up going up to Alaska and working as well. I think that was an amazing experience for me, but the dorm living and the dorm eating in a cafeteria on a tray kind of bugged me. And for me, I was a little lonely. Bob Ross, the painter, was from Alaska. He was a drill sergeant, and he did not want to yell anymore. Was he really a drill sergeant? He seemed so soft and kind. Was he really a drill sergeant? I just can't believe that. Mike and Sandra D. My career as a substitute teacher is over. At least here in Appleton. Wow. Hello, I'm Knight. His name is Knight with a K. Do you need a moderator? I have 2 years of experience as a Discord moderator. My native language is Turkish, and I can speak English and German at a B1 level. I don't know what any of that means. I had somebody tell me about Discord the other day. I still don't know what that means. You are getting a sleep study done tomorrow. That was fairly funny. Somebody made a funny joke. I won't say it. But that was pretty funny. Yeah, I don't believe Bob Ross. Was it Bob Ross? What's his name? Is it Bob Ross? Was it drill sergeant? If you're gonna make something so that you don't even mean to trick us with, like Dr. Ruth, you had a sleep study. You slept the entire time. Boy, do they give you drugs when you do a sleep study? Because I can't imagine really like going into an office and getting hooked up to wires and tubes and then getting a good sleep. Discord is in the news because they're going to require ID to use. YouTube has started this new rule also. Connie, you've talked about that a lot. And the reason I know is I've heard you talk about it because I edit these videos and I've heard this discussion come up. You seem concerned that there's an ID going to be used for YouTube. Kind of, you think that's going to be a problem? Good morning, Jim Rat. Narendra, I understand why drill sergeants shout. I've seen officer and a gentleman. Hello, Laszlo. How are you? You can do a sleep study at home now. All right, well, I did one last night. I didn't sleep that well. Okay, Pure Joy. Your brother-in-law works for you too. Yes, it's a huge problem. Why is it a huge problem, Connie? And Pure Joy, how do you feel sleeping with a CPAP machine? In a CPAP machine, you guys are making me laugh. I don't know if you're serious or not. Mike and Sandra D. Where's Sandra D, Mike? I'm bored of Mike. I know all about Mike. He's a truck driver with a bad wrist, carnivore diet, lost weight, and now he says it cured his sleep apnea. It's a miracle. It cures everything. But Connie, why is ID on YouTube going to be a problem? And what's the point of it? And Pure Joy, good morning, Richard Sternicle. How are you? Pure Joy, how do you feel sleeping with a CPAP machine? Your energy level doubled. No, but okay. I borrowed a friend's once and used it. Greg uses CPAP also. You have to get the right mask for you. But is it still like a vacuum on your face? Okay, Connie said, who wants their social media monitored? Estimates are social media will drop by a huge number. You're not giving your ID, and most people will not. Well, Connie, I don't know if you know what you're talking about, that most people will not. But maybe it'll be good that social media drops. You had a CPAP nose pillow. It's okay. It's better than being not alive. You've been told you could use a mouth guard, not the machine. But again, I used it one night. It was hell. I woke up going, and I think I was like I was divorced once. And I go, how's anyone gonna, how do you sleep with somebody who sleeps with a CPAP machine? It seems, okay, because like half the people on my stream right now talk about using a CPAP machine or having sleep apnea. So it seems we all have some sort of sleep issues. Because again, you know what I'm saying, there's 10 people consistently commenting, and at least 5 of them say they've used a CPAP machine. And to me, it was a torture chamber. Connie, back to you about the thing. Well, won't it be awesome? Maybe if we all got off social media then? Jess agrees with me. She said, no way you can sleep with that noise. Wait. I don't even know. I'm struggling keeping track. It's a glorious audience, but we're having multiple conversations. I'm trying to figure out what IDs are going to have effect on social media. And if people stop signing in, maybe it'll be great. And juggle that with the thought of CPAP machines and sleep apnea. There's no doubt. I think I just have like permanent congestion. I think if I lay on my back and drift off, I'll catch myself going, Shaq uses them, says he hates it, but at the same time can't live without it. Does it blow open your whatever? Is that the point of it? A lot of sleep apnea is actually an ENT issue. Your best friend sleeps with a mask. You can't share a hotel room with them because of it. Okay. Should I keep juggling both conversations? Sorry to ask, is it a weight issue causing the apnea? Yes, it keeps your airway open. And it does it by like reverse vacuum, and it blows this air in you. And I remember sitting there going, well, I think I'm able to sleep, maybe. But boy, this seems so weird. So I don't know if we've solved anything about the sleep apnea issue facing society. Air pressure, but it has to be set to you personally. Maybe because I was borrowing a buddy's. Maybe it was set on high or something. And I felt like my head was going to get blown off. He looks gray if he doesn't use it. I'm kind of curious about, I mean, we could keep talking about that. You're still there, Connie. You're always there. The ID thing. So you're saying to use YouTube, you're going to have to show them an ID. Is that what you're saying, Connie, if you're still there? And don't go into hiding because I know you're there. You're always there to tell me you own a post office in Decatur or about your religious studies. So, let's see. Well, you guys, what does it mean? The message is held for review. Does that mean one of you guys said something mean? Okay, all right. Jess, you just typed, the old school remedy for sleep apnea is an elbow from your partner. And strangely, that got muted. You will need your driver's license to use the app. Okay. And what's that designed to do? Why are they doing that? And don't you think these companies already know who you are? I feel a little silly about Facebook, to be honest, because I loved it so much at the beginning because I could keep track of my friends' lives or my family's lives or what have you. And I didn't understand what they were doing. And now Facebook's changed. Now Facebook is whatever they think you want to see mixed in intermittently with some stuff of people you know. What are they telling you the reason is, or what is the real reason? Well, I don't know, Connie. I'm asking you. They're not telling me anything. I've never heard a darn thing about it except from you. I don't know. What's the real reason, or what are they telling you? I've never heard anything about it, and I'm not sure it'd be bad. Yeah, I'm not sure it'd be bad. Less people on social media, less time. Maybe it'd be a good thing. I have no doubt it'll be a good thing. I don't know what the results will be, but I do think things happen for a reason. Yeah. Mr. Personality said, if anything, it's going to help against fake accounts and bots. Yeah. I'm personally bored of the limitless fake accounts people can create. Good morning, AJ. How are you? Okay, some other message was just hidden. Facebook was started in a dorm room to write hot girls. Well, yeah, but that's not that relevant. I'll show it though. They're telling you it's for child safety. It's really for surveillance and content usage. Is that what Peter Thiel said? Most users are under 18 and wouldn't be able to show a license. All right, well, Connie, you brought it up several times, and I'm not concerned at all. But you seem to be. And I'm kind of curious as to why you care. Because if nothing else, the worst thing you've said is most people won't do it, so they'll be off social media. Well, that sounds like maybe a good thing even. So I'm wondering why you're concerned about it, because you brought it up several times on this show. And to me, as a guy that has a show and could be affected, and maybe his viewers, maybe it'd be nice. Maybe it'd be nice to actually know who I'm talking to. A little bit, you know. People actually, YouTube is a public space. It's not. It's provided by a private company who regulates themselves. Yeah, again, I'm just curious why you care, Connie, because I don't even care, and I've got a show called Coffee with Ken. Good morning, Sadman. How are you? Haven't seen you in a little while. Good morning, Opalbon. Opal, don't be jealous. By the way, wait, you're okay with the driver's license to use social media? If you're okay with that, then do it. Your social score is being held by LexisNexis. No, but what I'm saying is, why do you even care? It sounds like maybe, like I don't care. I may or may not use my driver's license. I'll make that decision as it comes. You have been talking about this for a while, and I just don't know why you care. Like, I'm a content creator. I make money doing this, and I don't even care. So I'm wondering why you're so passionate about this. Are you one that values your I mean, I don't know you I just don't know why you care. Mel says, content creators who rely on viewer listener metrics will be affected by lower engagement, views, and revenue. Okay, Mel, I'm a content creator and I don't care. So I'm wondering why anyone else cares. So once AI generates content that gets more engagement than human created content, the amount humans can make will go down. I guess the biggest threat I know, the only one that I think should be threatened are the people that create fake accounts and troll accounts. And if I'm off social media, I don't know, maybe that'd be a good thing. So I'm wondering why you care, Connie. Because you're clearly on social media a lot because you're always on my show. Yeah, I just don't know why anyone would care. You make a decision, like, you know. Seems me and other content creators should be out there protesting Washington saying, don't make it happen. Don't make us use IDs. But I don't even really care. So definitely moving back to Illinois. Yes, I am, Mike. Let's see. Some rely on Aspire to content creation for income, food, house, car. Yes, Mel, I aspire to that. But I don't care. So I'm wondering why Connie cares. She's been talking about it for months. You don't care about social media as a tool for jobs, privacy, credit. You're fine, Ken. I'm sure it will be great. But why do you care? You care about it as a tool for jobs, privacy, and credit? Yeah, no, I just don't understand why anyone would feel threatened by this. You know. When you go in a bar, they card you and no one cares. Yeah, no, I just don't understand why Connie cares. It doesn't make any sense to me, Connie. I'll just say this. To the point, you're the only human being that's ever mentioned it to me. But Chris, have you ever heard of this happening before? Have you ever heard of this happening before? Guarding one's identity is a choice some don't want to give up. Well, then they don't have to use YouTube. Yeah, Jess hasn't heard it anywhere. I've never heard it besides Connie. We will be like China's social score system. Is there an article? I don't even really need an article. Pure Joy says the camera on your device can recognize your face and ID you. Yeah, I mean, you don't think they know who you are? I mean, they certainly know who I am. I guess, Connie, the only people I can see caring is somebody that's trying to because clearly they know who I am. And not using YouTube will reduce viewerships, engagements, affecting many of those who rely on income from YouTube. But that's not why Connie cares. That's why I would care. You're curious where she found this info. Somebody said they've given up trying to be private. Everyone knows a lot already. It's about principle. I mean, I didn't ask you why you cared, Paul. I was asking Connie why she cared. And she still hasn't said it. Some use social media commenting as a form of cowardly bullying. Yeah. Yeah. I'm almost for it, is what I'm saying. So I'm wondering who would be against it? Trolls. And I don't understand. It sounds like it would just wipe out trolls. And that seems good. It might limit how much we actually use social media, which also sounds good. What do I mean, why do I care? What do you mean? What, Connie, do you not want to be on this anymore? Do you not want to be on my show anymore? I mean, do you not want to be on my show anymore? I'm wondering why you care. You bring it up. You're the only human being I've ever heard talk about it, and you're very passionate about it. I'm wondering why you care, why it's important. Trolls can force people to think critically, and big government does not want the masses to have the ability to think critically. You think trolls are good? Wiping out trolling trolls is good, but limiting communication streams is a slippery slope. Okay, so you're saying it's a threat to first free speech. Again, I'm sitting here, YouTube obviously knows who I am. Because I've got a real name and a real face attached to this. I guess I just wonder, the only people that I would think would care were the people that have not a real name and not a real face attached to their account. There's a difference between anonymity and a troll. Without anonymity, we will have no such thing as free thought. Everything will be censored. Anonymity. I don't know. Okay, Matt Kay says, here in Ireland, you can lose your driver's rights for saying the wrong thing on social media. Yeah, I don't see any downside to it. Okay, Connie, have a good life. I hope you never come back here. Because yeah. I hope you never come back here. I would think the only one that would care are trolls, is what it comes down to. And I don't think there's, as a guy whose face is here and whose account is here, I guess I think Connie McCabe's a troll. And I kind of always did. Because I'm wondering why she would care. Why would a normal human being care? Then don't use the app. You know? Then don't use the app. Either don't use the app or do whatever they require, or who the hell cares either way. But I'm sitting here with my face and my name associated. They obviously know who I am. I've not heard anything about it, but Connie McCabe, who's probably not really named Connie McCabe, has brought it up several times and been passionate about the ID issue. I'm not even, who says they're doing any censoring? Believe me, I'm a big advocate for free speech. Yeah, no, I think it's an awesome topic. I just didn't hear any good point from it from Connie McCabe except saying how horrible it is. Matt Kay said that's a question about censorship. Who defines what hate speech is while we're talking about that? We should all care. Our fundamental freedoms have been eroded step by step, and I'm absolutely not a troll. What should you care about, person with that name? When you're saying we should all care, what should you care about? I've not heard anything outside of from somebody who I believe is a troll talk about IDs used for YouTube. So I haven't even heard about it. And I'm wondering why it would drive somebody to such passion that she'd bring it up several times on the show when it's never been a topic. Big advocates for free speech don't look to limit or regulate. They are open to hearing criticism about themselves. I'm not looking to limit anything. Care about being genuine. So many on here pretend to be something they're not online. Free speech is for public spaces, not private like social media suggests. Yeah. The obvious effect of putting an ID requirement on social media is wiping out trolls and maybe cutting back on the amount of hours it's used. And both of those seem benign to good to me. So I just wouldn't understand why anyone would dislike it, unless they relied on being a troll or what have you. Social media is a public space like it broadcasting. Huh. Again, it has never been brought up as a topic outside of by one of my former viewers. Nobody's ever mentioned it. I've never heard it on the news. I've never seen an article about it. If it happens, I will be fine. So I'm just wondering why one individual would care so much to bring it up off topic on my show. It didn't make much sense to me. You know, it's a good topic, but I don't even know if it's true. She could have, I don't even know if she's a she. She could have been making it up. You don't have social media, but you've heard companies look up potential employees to see more on who they're hiring. I'm sure, but I mean, you do have social media because YouTube's social media, right? But it could happen. Lots of freedoms and rights being changed. Yeah, but okay, but you're now saying it could happen. I had one individual bring it up multiple times on my show, and I've never heard of it anywhere else. So it made me wonder why she, if she's a she, cares. You mean Facebook, WMCC? Okay, well, you don't have Facebook. Yeah, but Facebook seems to be so dying. So I don't know, their stock does real well. The stock keeps crashing to new highs. I could see why their revenue has exploded. Yeah, I could see why their revenue's exploded because they went from getting advertisement money from realtors like me 15 years ago that were ahead of the curve to 80% of the stream is advertisements from big pages, big groups, and what have you. Who's my college football team? Illinois. Look at the engagement broadening topics. Broad equals broadening engagement. I don't totally get what that means. Somebody said very true. Who is my favorite actor? I don't know. I might have man crushes on Brad Pitt, Mark Wahlberg, and the dude that was in the second Roadhouse. Greg says, as a retired teacher, you never use Facebook. Afraid someone would hijack it, post something disgusting and get you fired. Well, Greg, that's probably true, I guess. I don't know if you can hijack a Facebook account, but either way. Yeah, no, well, thank you. I'm very pleased with, I don't even know how to say our coach's name. But yeah, no, they've done well since he was there. I was a graduate from University of Illinois in 1990. You can tell the year the sun is higher in the sky. Yeah. Bielema, is it Bielema? Jeff George, he was there when I was there. Scott Davis was a defensive lineman that got drafted by the Raiders. Jeff George, where did he get drafted? Was it Atlanta? I think he played for Atlanta. I don't know. Indianapolis? He was the first pick in the draft that year. What day am I moving? I'm moving on Saturday. Yeah, he definitely coached at Wisconsin. Buy coffee for myself? What do you mean, Muhammad? Did you send me $1? If you did, I appreciate it. I don't know how you sent it to me, but I appreciate it. Okay. Did the Badgers beat Illinois last night? I did not watch the game, but that's a bummer. I saw something on Facebook. What do you guys think about social media? Would we all be better off it? I'm a little bummed by the brightness in here. How was my coffee date yesterday? It was wonderful. It really was wonderful. She brought me this cup. It wasn't a date though. She was attractive. Waste of Space said you didn't know I was moving. Waste of Space, you've only been on here like a week. You are rural. It would be terrible and isolating if you did not have social media. People get mad on social media, internet, and would be much happier living offline. I kind of think so too, Stink Nasty. Good morning, James Van Dam. People get mean world syndrome. I see it all the time, Stink Nasty. It's ridiculous. Social media is like any tool. It can be used for both good and bad. Okay, Greg, tell me, in what ways can it be used for good? Phones in general are consuming people's lives. But you've also enjoyed meeting people afar. Social media just made me really jealous of other people living their best lives. Does that? I think most of the people I know that are living their best lives aren't on social media posting about it. The friends that I admire most are not posting stuff on social media about how well they're doing. You know. So I'm wondering, would we all be better off with social media? Would we be better off if I shut down Coffee with Ken? Like, Greg, you're here. You said that thing about tools. Share info, reconnect, Zoom meetings with family. Okay, well, Zoom meetings with family isn't social media, Greg. Plus, the concept of a Zoom meeting with family doesn't sound that exciting either. People who always need to post are very desperate for attention and recognition. Well, am I desperate for attention and recognition? Rebecca Tilley's panicking because Coffee with Ken might go away. I think when I started this show, I did it because I wanted to talk about my experience, I think, with drinking and going through a painful divorce and mental health and stuff like that. But now I don't really talk about that because that kind of stuff's been put to bed. You think I'm socializing. But Jess, I mean, would I be better off going for a nice walk? Would life be better if you guys weren't doing this? It's just interesting to me. And so when somebody talked about people not signing on to YouTube, I'm going, well, that might be a good thing. You'd miss me? I make you happy? Well, this is a small portion of the day. Well, for me, it's 2 hours a day, WMCC. Streamers always think and say, this is for you. I don't know if I always say that. This is like a coffee cafe that reaches around the world. So for me, oh, I appreciate you all saying that. That means something to me. But to me, again, I kind of wonder, because before, when I started this, I felt like I had something that needed to come out. Something that I thought could help people, of talking about, again, stopping drinking or using it as a crutch or whatever. But we almost never even talk about that stuff anymore. So I'm just kind of going, well, I'm packing up my stuff. Well, thank you, AJ. But you know what I'm saying? Like right now, I mean, me, what day I'm moving. Well, I appreciate that, Greg. But again, I don't want to make this show about when I'm packing up or what I'm moving. You know what I mean? I started talking about it because I had important stuff that needed to come out. And now I just feel you guys are being like, okay, you said you got emotional seeing my apartment get emptier yesterday. Oh my gosh, so did I. I shared a stopping smoking trick, yes. Yeah. But, I guess for me, I feel like I'm just living my life right now. And me moving from Wisconsin to Illinois, and what job I get or where I work or where I live isn't important for you guys at all. But I think there was a period for a long time where I thought what I was saying was important. And again, I see this when I'm editing my videos, that I'll listen to an 1.5 hour long video and I won't find anything worth cutting into a shorter reel. The internet is a weird parasocial thing, though. This really is your life. It's up to you what lifestyle you want. Hello and good morning. Will you take a little break or your lives when you're moved? I don't know. Yeah, but I don't even find what town I end up living in or what job I end up getting. I'm not even that interested in that. You know what I mean? Like people wonder, I don't even know what city I'm moving to for sure. I certainly don't know what job I'm doing or where I'm staying. And I'm not that concerned. And okay, here's what brought it up. That Connie person, who might not even be a woman, cared more about what was happening to YouTube than I did. Like I'm going, okay, well, I'm sitting here. If they shut down YouTube tomorrow, I would be fine. It might even be better for me. And I had a viewer earlier worried about whether they were going to show IDs or not. And I'm going, I just don't care. You've learned a lot from YouTube videos. You don't go on Facebook often and only made Facebook account to reconnect with people from high school from the 80s. And hasn't that changed a lot? For you, you've invested in, but Tambourine Thief, you've only been watching my show like 2 weeks. Did I block you and are you back as another name? Tambourine Thief? Did you say something that annoyed me and I blocked you? But please be honest. Well, I love Wisconsin, WMCC. Facebook's not about connect, but I find myself trapped on it because they'll put up stuff about like Yellowstone or riding scooters, or they'll put stuff up that they know I'm interested in because they've been studying what I like for a long time. So I find myself trapped on Facebook because I'm looking, or Illinois basketball, they'll put up stuff from them, or rock music, and I'll end up clicking on these stupid links that I'm going, okay, well, it's kind of neat that I'm seeing a video from Metallica playing in 1984, but should I really be doing this staring at my phone? And I'm wondering, and again, it's not, Facebook at least, is not about connecting with friends anymore. It's being trapped into some stuff that they know they can trap you on. Do I still need to get things out? If so, keep doing it. If not, give the viewers what they want. If you don't want to do that, it's time to stop. What do I want to give? I mean, I don't know what you want. Just as somebody here talking? I think sometimes I watch other people because I don't want to disconnect with my own life. I see that. Facebook was originally meant to be a means of communicating, but it morphed into more. And now it's, WMCC. I used to go, hey, this girl I went to high school with, there's a pretty picture of her family. That makes me feel warm and fuzzy. I never see posts like that. I mean, rarely. 1 out of 10 is a post that I know somebody. Your wife deleted her Facebook account 5 years ago, and she says it's the best thing she did. Viewers want varied topics in which they can engage. So, okay. Hold on, can I get some more coffee? Do you guys want to keep talking? Apparently so. Don't let me talk past like 4 or 5. I need to go later. Because like I woke up this morning, I created a good community. How would we all chat? I don't know. Probably on a different one. I'm sure you don't figure it out or make new friends. I woke up this morning going, I don't really feel like talking about how my packing's coming. You know, I'm bored of this move. I've been sad about leaving this apartment for 3 months since I realized I might. And I've gone back and forth about it, but I'm going, You know, if I really want to share my innermost feelings, again, about something that's unimportant to the world, like me leaving this apartment. But I felt before I had something, I could help people with that were drinking too much or smoking too much weed or gambling or struggling with their own mental health. And now I kind of hop on and go, well, I'm packing up another box today. Gonna see if it'll fit in my Kia Soul. Hope I get a job where I go. Gloria, how long have you been watching? Because I don't remember you that long. Did I ever block you because you said something mean to me, and did you come back under a new account? You saw my short about gambling, and I hit the nail on the head. Well, thank you. But okay, WMCC, why it jumps out to me is I listen to I listen to all these videos, and now I find what I'm talking about is just kind of filler. Just kind of regular conversation, not worth clipping it. So if my show is transforming from something that I thought was important, maybe inspirational, into just general conversation, I can maybe wrap my head around that. But then I need to change my thought of what this show is, because people often ask what I talk about, and I go, well, sobriety, going through divorce, rebuilding after divorce, working out. But those aren't really topics that I talk about a heck of a lot anymore. Oh. So, and I don't want to create it forth, but again, I never, I just don't even think about most of that stuff anymore. Somebody was asking me earlier if I miss my ex-wife. It seemed weirdly personal. I have too. But the answer was no. But I just was wondering, why are they asking this? I hope the best for both ex-wives, but don't want to be with them at all. It's about one man's journey, said my intro. Yeah, but that was just an intro I created. It really worked. That was at the time. I created that intro like 5 years ago, Lisa Smith. But do you know what I'm saying at all? I don't feel we don't talk about sobriety anymore. I guess in my mind, I need to figure out what this is or what I want it to become. And I want to figure out what this should become or what I think of it. Because whether I pack a box or whether I move in at 10 on Saturday or 12, it's just the most minutia of my day. And I don't want to make this show about it could be a conversational show. How will I start all over again? Step by step. Pack the boxes, sell some stuff, pack up my car, drive to a new city, see if it feels good, apply to some jobs, hopefully get one, work hard, find, if everything feels good, find a church, a gym, a coffee shop, job, a home, buy new stuff, spend more time with friends and family, build a life I feel good about. But I do it step by step. Lisa said a cup of coffee with a friend in real life is often about minutia. Yeah, true. Have you think to move to live abroad? No, I'm not going to move live abroad. Right now, I'm excited to be close to family and friends. I would not be a good fit in Texas. I don't like Texas. I didn't get this life in Appleton. It's interesting. And what triggered me a few weeks ago was I went on interviews at 3 different jobs a couple weeks ago, and I think I could have gotten all the jobs. One said, we'll let you know, and 2, I had to reach out and go, hey, I'm not going to do the follow-up interview because it's not right for me. And I realized that it wasn't the job that I couldn't do, it was the job in Appleton, Wisconsin, being away from the things I love the most. And if I get closer to the things I love the most, I think I could almost do any job. Because I'd be doing that job to fulfill the purpose of being close to the things I love the most. But a job up here, and I talked about one of my restaurants lost their manager the other day. And I looked into replacing them, to be honest with you. And my buddy said, well, if they offered you 80 grand, you'd probably be excited. And I go, well, not really, because I'd still be up here. And I like up here, but I came up here because I needed to get away from a very toxic situation for me. And I think the toxicity level, the emotional level of that attachment has dwindled to basically nil. And I'm excited to tell people what brought you here, whatever city I land in, to be close, and my answer to be, well, to be closer to my family. Rather than for the last year, I've been telling people, well, to get away from a very toxic situation. Some people need to feel appreciated and even wanted at work. I certainly do. Some look to work to fill voids from not having other relationships. Well, what I'd like to do is be appreciated and have other relationships. You know? Even talk shows are similar to this, but not interactive. I lived without social media my whole life. Wouldn't be hard to do it again. Mel wants me to keep viewers informed about those life steps. Seems like what they want. Well, Mel, I don't think I can do this for you guys. Yeah, no, Cody, Appleton was an awesome spot. I love this apartment. I love the town. I love the things I've accumulated that you see behind me, and I loved that I could put it together. But I didn't want to make the things that I own and the apartment that I had a prison for me. Social media or traditional media? How about none of it? You should be doing for you, not us. Yeah. Well, I just can't. I'm not here to say, hey, I packed another box today. I hope you guys are interested because you want to know what I pack in each box. And that would not be very fulfilling. You know what I mean? Yeah, I often talk, and not that this is art per se, but it's creating something. And if you're a musician and you're trying to make music for your audience, it's going to suck. I think a lot of people do that, and they find something that works and they keep cranking it out. Like, I've never seen any of the avatars, and I know they sell it, get big audience, but the first one probably meant something, but the rest, the other two probably were just stories created because he thought it's what the audience would eat up. Packing a box is likely a metaphor for something going on in my life. I don't know if you know what I mean. Social media is interesting, people. They might be banned from the traditional media because they speak truth. First one was the best. Yeah, well, Rebecca, I'm not surprised the first one was the best because it was meant to tell a story that mattered to the author of that story. The next two were just cranked out because they knew the audience would buy it. And I don't want Coffee with Ken being I don't want just, here I am, I'm packing a box, because you guys are hooked on me for whatever reason, and I'm putting stuff and I'm packing up my car and I'm paying with cash at the gas station and I'm going to get a donut. I want to make it mean, it meant something, and it meant something to me, and I want to make sure it means something to me going forward, because if it doesn't, I'm not just trying to keep you in tune with where, because it does, I don't even care where I work. I mean, I care, but not a whole lot. And I'm not sure why, if I work at a Texas Roadhouse or a supper club or a substitute, I think the experiences I have as a substitute teacher were relevant and were good to the story. And I think hopefully I opened somebody's eyes into possibly substitute teaching. I told people what it was like, how much you get paid, how you go do it. I think there's value in that. Some of the frustrations and good moments I had, I could share. But when it comes to, packing boxes, I'm like, I don't have to stream every single move you do, but I'd hope you'd continue Coffee with Ken in Illinois. I probably will, but you know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean. I'd like it to exist because I was saying something important, not just distracting you guys from maybe what's going on in your life. Well, way to go, Chris. Sorry, apartment 420. I tell you what, it was hard for me, Chris, but I'd love you to try it and see what you think. If you're looking for money, something to do, a passion to matter, I think it was really a neat experience. Michael Lopez. Who are you, Michael Lopez? You said long time no see. Do we know each other? Your name sounds kind of familiar. But you're not really catching the most up-to-date stuff. I don't know if any of this makes sense to you. But Chris, I'd love if, I think the Vodka Kid. I don't remember the Vodka Kid. Oh, you do 10 shots of vodka. You like to limit it to 10 shots of vodka. You find that's a safe level. You might be jealous of my non-trade lifestyle. You were married at 17, went to college, had kids, and have worked it since. You like seeing how life could be. Oh no, I'll definitely work it out. What do I get most from doing the show? I'm not sure anymore, Jack Taylor. Because I don't know that I wake with Jack Taylor, we talked. I used to talk to you and have all this stuff that I wanted to unpack from my chest, and I felt I needed to scream. And now I don't feel this massive need to scream. I just kind of want to pack my boxes, get them in my car, and get moving. How cold is it here? I don't know. I don't know how cold it is here. I might get a little more coffee. Did I tell you about my cup named Addicted to God? My friend's starting a podcast, she says. I told her to get it started and not worry at all if anyone was watching or not watching. I think that's a litmus test for will something last, will it grow? And I wish her the best, but if she does this podcast and gets it started, she needs to do it and not care, again, about the audience or play her music or paint her picture. And do it for her. And now sometimes I wonder, what am I doing it for? I'm not totally sure. I'll get a little more coffee. Because if I'm doing this show for the ego boost of building an audience, thanks, Greg, I can interact with eccentric, borderline mental people like you. Well, Skippy, did you just hop on? I don't know your name, Skippy. Michael said, do I still work 2 jobs or do I only work as a sub? Michael, I'm going to be moving this week, and currently, I mean, I'm working tonight and tomorrow, but I'm not employed beyond that. Oh. Oh. I told the school district I wouldn't be working there anymore. I mean, obviously, I'm leaving in 3 days, and I'm moving out of area. So I'm not going to be subbing. I may or may not where I land, but I may not for a while. I think I was hurt subbing when the person that assigned says I shouldn't be giving the kids nicknames anymore. Thank you so much, AJ. You're so sweet, by the way. I appreciate your support spiritually, emotionally, and even financially. That's very kind of you. For me, I think subbing was hard because, again, I have a great need for connection. And me going into a school, teaching a class, having the kids think I'm the awesomest teacher they've ever had, and then leaving and never seeing them again emptied my soul more than I thought it might have, I think. Why am I leaving? I want to get closer to family and friends. Because my lease is up. Because I interviewed for jobs up here in Wisconsin that I could have gotten, but I didn't want because they're up here in Wisconsin. You never know. You might have helped someone that viewed your stream. Yeah, no, I don't doubt that, WMCC, and I appreciate you saying it. I guess what I'm seeing, what what type of work am I looking for? The type of work that can support the life I want to live, which gives me enough flexibility where I can see my kids maybe a couple weekends a month, financially support me, which is challenging because I'm twice divorced with 4 beautiful kids, so I have a lot of financial responsibilities. I want to be able to keep a roof over my head. I'd like to make a difference. I'd like to be good at the job, and I'd like to be appreciated at the job. Specifically what it is, not super relevant at this moment. Looking at various waiter jobs in various cities, in various places in Illinois. How come the schools had a problem with nicknames? I don't know, because, I don't know. No real reason. The schools didn't. I don't know. Well, okay, I'd guess, because Did you see Dead Poet Society, WMCC? Oh, well, you're sweet, Michael Lopez. It was starred Robin Williams as a teacher in some elite private school, and he did things his own way and did some wacky stuff. And I certainly do some wacky stuff. I do not fit what a school teacher looks like or acts like. On recess, I go down the slides, I kick the balls, I have fun. The kids are swarming me. Most teachers are spending every minute telling the kids what not to do. I'm encouraging them to do. I want them to have fun. I want them to enjoy school. I think so many teachers want to put all the focus on respectful and safe that it's almost a prison. And I don't want to work in an environment like that. Well, thank you so much here. Somebody wants to know what, someone else, you're very kind, I very appreciate you. Why are you allegedly someone else? What do I want to tell people about alcohol? I don't really want to tell anybody about alcohol. I'll tell you this, I thought it was slowing me down in life. I thought my life would be better without drinking alcohol. And it is, and I haven't drank in 4.5 years. You wish your teachers would have been more like me, but the system doesn't. The system wants to teach them how to be respectful and safe, and you should be respectful and safe, but not at the sake of being awesome. Oh, no playing, hey, don't push little Johnny. Hey, don't play King of the Hill. Put that snow down. Don't slip on that ice. I think the system's so designed to protect everything and not get sued or not cause any trouble that it's just not something I really want to be a part of. Nancy says you can relate. You said teachers will remember me. I don't know, because they didn't. I tell you what really snapped it for me was that I had these kids ask me to come back the next day, and they put me in another class, another school. And I said, well, I don't appreciate that. And she goes, we could use you more over here. We already got a body over there. And I go, maybe I'm tired of being used. The system is too politically correct. Maybe schools always have been. I don't know if it's political correctness, but it's probably more government just crap. You know, and I'm a kind of believer in public education, but I am me. I'm loud and obnoxious, and I'm going to call a kid Lavender because I don't know their name, and they're wearing a lavender sweater. And the kids are going to laugh and have fun and be awesome. But if an administrator hears this, it's amazingly. And again, I'm not trying to say I'm Robin Williams or was doing these awesome teaching things, but it felt like that. I was explaining it to them, and somebody said, oh, watch this. And it was a teacher that tried to teach them in a cool sort of different sort of break the traditional way of teaching. And yeah, I was just being me, and they told me I couldn't be me, that I had to be like somebody else, and I didn't want to be like somebody else. So what did we come up with today? We dug deep into, does anybody care outside of Connie McCabe whether YouTube requires IDs or not? Has anybody ever heard that? We dug deep into that. We dug deep into Coffee with Ken. Its purpose, its meaning, does it have any? I don't know. Then we touched on substitute teaching for a little bit. You used to assist at your daughter's school. Schools are way different back now. I'll tell you what I used to love doing is going in for a day as a dad and doing whatever dad visits school day, and used to have a lot of fun with that because I could be me and I could be crazy and fun and loud. And I don't think they really want school teachers being that. Oh. Hmm. So, it's been a glorious audience today. You remember the teachers that were fun as a kid? Yeah. I mean, I hope there's still some fun teachers. And I hope Chris, apartment 420, looks into substitute teaching. Because I think I'm so glad I did it. And again, just like I'm so glad I went to Yellowstone, I read the Bible. You don't have to read every page in the Bible. I didn't have to stay in Yellowstone for 6 months. I didn't have to substitute teach for a year. It's okay to try something and decide it is or isn't for you, or go in another direction, or what have you. And I'm willing to do that, and it feels good. So it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. La la da 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 da. La da 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 da. So I don't know what else I have for you, but I want to thank you so much for joining today. And he's watching his coffee with Ken. La la da 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 da. Da 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 da. I will miss this apartment. I will miss this apartment. But I'm excited about what lays ahead of me. Feel good about the packing I've done, what I've sold. Sold almost everything. Oh, by the way, Jack Taylor, I did list the lamp for sale on Facebook Marketplace. I tell you what, anyone out there, I think you could probably make almost a living buying things at garage sales and Restore, and then selling them at Facebook Marketplace. Steve said he's moving to Man. What do you mean, Steve? Because I certainly have bought some things and sold at a profit. Most things I bought. Well, when you buy new and you sell at Facebook Marketplace, you're going to lose money on it. But if you buy it from Restore, you're also moving. Where are you moving to, Steve? You made a kind comment on a video I did the other day, and I appreciate that. Buying kids Ralph Lauren at TJ Maxx and selling on eBay help pay for your college. Tambourine Thief, if you enjoy doing it, again, I think Restore is a great way to do it, because I bought that lamp for $5. I listed it last night for $25. I don't know if it'll sell, but I'm not sure I even want to sell it. And if I sold it for, I don't know, I guess it wouldn't be for the money. I'd want somebody to appreciate that lamp. And me selling that Monstera the other day, I wanted somebody to love it. And hopefully somebody that bought it from me yesterday will. You are transferring to college. Okay. I don't want to do this show because I make $300 a month on it. And it's growing. That doesn't seem enough. Or even doing it for money's purposes doesn't seem enough. I love that I have two little Jesuses over there. A gong. A few empty boxes. Did I tell you I sold my mattress? Jess said, yeah, but you got to deal with the buyers. Yeah, you do, but Facebook Marketplace is pretty cool. There's no doubt about it, but you can ignore people. I mean, that's one nice thing about social media. They're not calling you, you know. I have people saying, will you take 60? I just ignore it. Did I tell you I sold my mattress yesterday and I slept on my air mattress? It was nice. Feels good to sell that because that's a big thing. You were nervous about the mattress? That's why the bed frame is behind me. It wouldn't fit. The bed frame's right there. It wouldn't fit in the woman's SUV. And I'll tell you what, I had to do a bulk of the carry, and it was picked up by a woman a little older than me, I'd say. It was queen, and it was fairly heavy. And she said, well, does it fold up? I go, well, I don't know if it folds up. I've never folded my mattress, but it did. So it fit in the back of her SUV. Was my air mattress, how long have you been watching, Rebecca Tilley? Because I bought this air mattress about 9 months ago when I moved into here. And I'm so thankful I did, because now I can smash that up or fold that up and it'll fit in my car. And wherever I end up landing, it will be a great temporary bed for me. I'm gonna get a little more coffee. I was gonna sign off. About July last year. Yeah, I think I'd switch to the mattress at that point. Do it because we like you and you like us. Yeah. Jess, I like most of you, but again, it's hard even to know. Like Connie McCabe's been watching for a year, and she's probably been watching for several years. She may have been a troll the whole time. You know what I mean? You see me, you know. Yeah. Gosh, the sky is blue out there. Be good to go into work tonight, get that done. And be my second to last shift, make a little extra money that I'll collect in a couple weeks when I'll probably need it. Narendra, you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And be one step closer to having my car packed and heading on my way. But anyway, as I was saying, it's 9 o'clock. It is Wednesday morning. I'm looking forward to my day. I don't know what it holds. But I want to thank you so much for joining me this morning, being a part of a glorious audience. I hope you're excited about your day. I hope your week's going well. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.